an island devoted to whiskey. We are Jura, a long way from ordinary.
So let's move on to the big surprise for the evening. Now we have something really special for you guys. So 2 weeks ago in Sweden, this one was released, the JuraTwo-One-Two. So you have made 6,000 bottles in total, and this one is on 47.5%. In Sweden, we got 744 of these, so it's very exclusive, very, very exclusive. And could you, Greg, give us a small introduction to this one?
On the note of us looking at the flavor possibilities of unique oaks from around the world, we found this parcel of what's called Chinquapin Oak. Now, Chinquapin Oak is from America. It's not normally used in barrel making, and very unusually, this was 4 years air dried rather than kiln dried, air dried for that period of time. We then applied a char level 4 on that, and the reason that we did that was we could see the common linkages of certain flavors. The Chinquapin Oak itself adds this beautiful, warm, spiced honeyed notes, but particularly citrus, almost lemon qualities. And that's something you get in the new make spirit as well. And so there's that common linkage, that partnership of those flavors that we felt would be quite useful. So this is a 13-year-old age statement, but that's been finished for around 2 years with this Chinquapin Oak that is very, very unusual, particularly with the amount of time air drying as well.
Greg, is that new oak, virgin oak you've used, or is
yes,
it
correct
for 2 years?
And again, char level 4 that we'd applied to that, and it's something that you're starting to see in the Scotch industry, and some other people are starting to use Chinquapin oak as well, which is fantastic to share to more people these opportunities with the flavor that can be there. But for me specifically, what it adds to this is that lovely warm honeyed notes, but also what we call lemon drizzle cake. So like a lemon cake that's moist, and it just gives this beautiful mouthfeel. That's one of the reasons we wanted to have it at that higher alcohol level as well. But due to the rarity of this Chinquapin Oak, we couldn't produce a lot of
American distillers call these barrels sweet barrels, which sounds like what you described, that it increases the sweetness. What about the vanilla component?
The vanilla notes, there is still that element, but the way that we have heat treated it, what you find is that vanilla note is there, but really we're looking for that more warm spicing notes to it, and that sweetness.
What about the peated spirit in this one? Is that
so
also put in Chinquapin?
Yeah, so with our the way that we deal with the recipes for our peated element is it always makes up a small proportion of the characteristic that comes through the end of the process prior to our bottling. So whenever we're doing a finishing, we then apply that rule to the start of the process.
So shall we have a nose on it? See what it is?
Yeah.
It's a 47.5. It's got a fruit caramels. It got an aromatic. It's like pine wood actually. It's some vanilla fudge or something like that, and also tropical air in the middle. Some fluffy tutti frutti. Tutti frutti. Do you know what that is? Well, it's quite a big one actually. It's got body, but it's rounded, the nose. So I'm not bothered by the alcohol level at all here. It's like captured by the whiskey in the glass. So taste-wise, what happens?
This one has lots of cake. Do you know what it's like? It's like walking into a pastry shop, you know, where it's got lots of vanillas, lots of sugars, lots of butters, and in there's a lovely sweet note. And for me, it's almost like a Danish pastry, lemon drizzle cake, or pastry where you have apricots with syrup, lots of butter and things like that. So the palate really gives you that. But there's a nice dryness, a nice astringency, which you can tell is coming through from the oak. That oak is still full of tannins, lots of lovely dry notes, which grip it to the palate and carry the finish. So this is the style of whiskey, personally, I adore. I love lots of American oak.
Yeah.
And you put your nose inside a cask and you get this beautiful, fresh baked bread, like going through a patisserie. You get those like apricot tarts and the baker's sugar and all these varieties of flavors that come through. And that baked quality, that sort of artisan bakery style is something really central to the 2-1-2 as well. There's all that myriad of flavors. For me, creating a whiskey and being a blender, part of our job is we're creating great harmony within a recipe, but also for people who've got those palates and want to look for it, is find all these beautiful nuances and different flavors within there.
But you guys, you don't need me. Next time you can do the show without me. I think it's amazing. All right, guys. So this one is available, as we said, at Systembolaget at 740 bottles only. So it's a matter of time before they are all finished. The price is 1,099 kronor. So very exclusive. So guys, are you ready for a Q&A? We have a lot of questions, actually.